Quá đẹp. Ủa sao không xài cây mới hả? Xài cây cũ rồi vậy? Hôm nào lấy lưới nhỏ nhà ra đây văng thử các bạn. Chặt đất đây nè, thả xuống đại luôn. Không dính nè.
Cá tạch cho vô rồi.
Vô à?
Cá lớn này.
Cá lớn à?
Cá lớn rồi nè, cầm nè.
Ở đây. Rồi im đó mọi người. Có không?
Có nha cả nhà, cá lớn này ha. Cá nào đây?
Cá gì đây?
Rất là
Dưỡng dạng hả? Nè rồi xong luôn. Ở phía ở đây là bữa mình lặn nè, cộng dây xích nằm đây nè mọi người. Cộng dây cũng như không phải dây xích, kiểu như dây cáp vậy đó. Nằm đó mọi người, sâu lắm thì sâu. Cái gì đây?
Có cá lớn rồi cả nhà ơi.
Còn có lớn gì đây?
One of my very worst nightmares happened a few days ago, and my freezer, my deep freezer that had a billion things in there, thawed out because it was left open. So things like all of the bones for my bone broth, all of my vegetables, all of my fruit, all of the meat that I had, all thawed out. Which means my only choice was to cook it all in one day, because I couldn't refreeze it and because it would all go bad if I didn't cook it all. So here we go. I made so much bone broth, I cannot even say. And then I blended down all of my fruits and vegetables. I boiled my chicken feet. I cooked this rump roast or whatever, pork roast. And I had to roast all of my marrow bones. And I had to do this all in one day. So I had a million things going at once, and you would not believe the smell of my kitchen. And I also had to sniff everything I made. I also decided to make a ginormous pot of vegetable soup, or really just broccoli cheese soup, because I needed to use up the insane amounts of broccoli that I had frozen in there, and also the raw buttermilk that I had frozen. So it all kind of worked out. I also had this ginormous hunk of cheese and a bunch of ham, so I threw that in there, and now I have like 6 liters of broccoli soup. I roasted all the oxtail, marrow bones, and bones that I had for my bone broth, and all this white stuff left over is tallow. So after I put all my bones in the Instant Pot, I ended up scraping all the tallow off the pan, boiling it to kind of get all the brown bits at the bottom, and then re-cooling my tallow. I threw all those little brown bits back into the broth to make it really yummy. Oh, there's my pork. It's done. It took about 5 hours. Here is where all of my chicken stock bones and chicken feet went. That took about 5 hours. You would not believe the smells that were going on in my kitchen at this point, but all of the broth cooled down, and I was able to store most of it back in my fridge and in my freezer that was desperately trying to recool itself. More sniffing of meat, which I am horrified by, and adding that all back in to cook all this meat and then shred it and add it to my freezer. Had to cook up a bunch of cod as well, so here's me air frying and making some fish sticks out of it. I think I cooked about 7 or 8 steaks at this time, and I also had some tuna steaks that I had to cook up as well. And I'm officially not cooking for the rest of my life.